Alrighty. Just gonna see what I can do. Super lethargic, fatigue, and needing some food because I am being an idiot. But probably not. As I believe in God and I'm sure He has me safe as ever. So I'm not an idiot anymore. I was gonna wash my laundry today, but I think I'm gonna wait till tomorrow since I have a few pairs of wearable clothes that are still clean. Why not wait till the last minute? You have to take out $20 whenever you ask for cash back at the supermarket, in the grocery store. So why not wait as long as possible? Wash everything on one day. I said, fuck. Forgot to drink this on the way back. Before I started to make my return. You can check my Instagram, Rico the One Default. For all the other videos. I forgot to mention that. You get to talking so much that you forget to say where to find things. To give the entire information that you're already giving because you're talking so much about everything. You forget what you're talking about. That doesn't make any sense. I just want to say what you're talking about. You forget it. Clearly lethargic. Words that I've heard that I haven't looked that one up. But it sounds self-explanatory, meaning I'm all out of sorts because I'm all out of energy. All right, so let's see what I can see what can get done. Big dreams of something fair coming my way. Some sort of a lawsuit in my honor. It'll set me good in life for forever, but that's not real. I'm black and I gotta do all of the earnings myself. And it seems like I've been marked for death since birth. And my cohabitants don't wanna lineate or stray far from that decision, although with that decision be beneath a present God every day and through the night. They forgot that God was just more than a word, and his judgment seemed to be absolute and final. Although I was able to say something encouraging like, don't give up and try to reverse what you've decided for yourselves. Seems as if the people don't want to change or change their minds or remake another decision to save themselves. So guys like me are preparing for the better days. I do love doing this though. Glad I sobered up. Life is wonderful. You recognize you still have the self in it. As selfish as everyone sounds, what they're thinking about the existing being that they're trapped as. Most importantly, it's most valuable. The one self is what we get. So all said and thought about, the presence before you in the mirror is what you have. Choosing for someone, the downfall of that. Choosing for someone and the downfall of it is that, in my case, you've already asked and answered the questions for me. You've already decided. All I have to do is show up as you decided for someone. Ultimately, you decided for yourself. You must have, because all I hear is the asking of a question part, but it's in the form of giving me the answer, and I really don't have to do anything yet. Nothing's happened that you wanted to happen for someone. What a waste of a life to obsess over someone else. You wasted your life. It's good not to be completely alone, though. So this experience is feeling like that's what it is. But it's good to know that via your guys' interest in someone that you cannot be, your expression of jealousy indicates that I'm not alone. You know? It is right there. The pair got dusty today. Read the team of 10 time. Busy day tomorrow. Is it? What's the other one? So at this point, on this day at least, I've decided just to push it. Um, I can't believe anymore that something's gonna happen to me while I do this. Every now and then, certainly when I was in the gym, I tried to, I put myself kind of in some danger by going to what I call quote unquote until I die, basically. I don't recommend it. But my belief in God, my belief in life itself, I think it takes a lot to either accidentally kill yourself or intentionally do so. I think life is more powerful than your will to end your own life. I think it's impossible, is what I'm saying, whether accidentally or intentionally. Though I would not recommend anyone try it. Think about what I'm doing here. I'm living, I'm inside of a gym, and I'm only working out. I'm not setting up a scenario where danger is involved intentionally and on purpose. I'm not trying to die. I'm not tempting fate in life. I'm simply working out, and I thought to myself, push it past the state of the mind that says, oh, I can't go any further or I'm scared. Because I was thinking, I'm not really doing anything dangerous. I know that I know what I'm doing. So just for just a little bit more out of what I was doing, which is exercising really hard, I told myself, so what if I die in here accidentally? I fainted. The the bench press bar crushes me. I've seen it a bunch of times on, incidents on television. And I just thought, just for that little extra amount, I feel sane enough. I'm confident enough, but I don't have the words to describe. I think I could do a little bit more other than, so what if I accidentally crush myself to death? I'm going to push it to see if I'll die from it. Now, understand that these are just the words that I could use to kind of laugh at it like, you know, I don't think that I know that I won't die. This is what I know. I know that I won't die, but saying it that way, maybe it was the only way that I could say it. But also, it made me laugh and it made me say, Buggy, let me go ahead and try. Let me see what happens. And days like today is exactly what I meant. I could have stopped after 5 forwards and backs, and I could have come back here and not have thought that I could do this. But I feel like I could do this easily. My only thing is I'm annoyed with all this working out that I forgot to eat on the way over to the park. That's the only thing. It's stuck in my head. But if you think about good dieting, I eat plenty daily, so I'm not worried about it. I have plenty of reserves. This is not the Holocaust where we're starving each other to death. Or so, it appeared. I'm not going to starve to death by waiting and exercising to the max level of any sort of potential danger that could occur to myself. You know, it's just psychologically, I think something could go wrong, but it can't. So I'm going to finish this exercise day, the same as how I started it. I'm not going to cut any corners. I'm just going to push through and finish this part of it, which is a little bit of back, some legs, get some standing overhead press, and then add in the shoulder raises, and maybe even 100 push-ups when I'm done, like whatever. This isn't the gym environment. Although my output is a lot, it's not giving me everything that I need. Leg work, multiple options to do the leg work, and a lot of different back equipment that will be done safer where I wouldn't even feel my damaged back at all. Um, and then of course ab equipment that's built to improve your stomach and your waist and lower torso, I guess it's called, abdomen, back and front, and then other things such as dumbbells and uses for them dumbbells or the Smith machine even, benches. It seems like I'm doing a lot, but could I do this in the gym? Probably not, because I'm working the rest of my body equally as hard. So my legs wouldn't want to stand up anymore, maybe, or my back would be like, all right, that's it for the day. Let's get out of here. I don't have enough to do the chest or shoulders. Basically, get up and look in the mirror until you're not scared of yourself anymore. It's not on us. We've created so many words that we need to recognize we are not that strong. So try to become less scared of yourself. I can't stare at the guy in the mirror and, get any less annoyed, because it's annoying that a self used to scare me, but I had a lot on my mind, and now I don't. I had things on my mind that I put on there because I was uninformed on how to resolve those things until I opened my mouth and started telling people about them, about things that about them, about the things that I've done and gone through. And it took, I guess, them trying to recreate those things. I don't give them too much credit because they were trying to hurt me. But ultimately, in the end, I hope everybody was able to gain from it, because I certainly was. And forgive or forget or not forgive or forget anything at all, I really don't care. I feel like I've grown from it, but I know what their intent was. And I just hope that everybody's safe and are learning from life and are able to move on with their choices, certainly their choices towards me. I wonder why, I said it before, I'm completely fatigued, and the feeling of, oh, I'm gaining is not there. And I wonder why, I think that it won't be doing the same benefits. I won't gain from it. I'm trying to always understand why, like, this feeling right now. I worked so hard today, but it feels different in this later hour of this excess day of exercise. And I feel like it's not as obvious that I've increased in results, unless this is the feeling of breaking through. It could be potentially the feeling of what the words to describe it is called a breakthrough. When you push it this far, that you just kind of become numb, or you don't feel anything like you did when you started the day of exercise. Perhaps I'm double, and then you keep going. Like I'm in prosperity moments without the S. There's no fear. There's no worry that I'm in danger here. Once I let that idea settle in, when I was finishing up those 7 forwards and back at the park, I became into like a relaxed state where I don't think I can worry about it anymore. I just got right back to doing set my mind to for the day. And when I got here and walked in here, I was like, I want to do that. I want to keep going. I don't feel like I'm gonna faint or anything's gonna happen to me. I'm bored out of my mind. This is something to do, so I'm gonna do it, you know? Think about that idea for a second. When you tell yourself no on something that isn't bad for you, try to figure out a way to say yes, because it's not bad for you. Get out of your own way. I have to tell myself, as I believe in God, I refuse to be afraid of anything else ever again. I'm not afraid of God at all because He has brought us life. But I guess I was being afraid of other people. I don't think I could do that anymore. Threaten me, do whatever you want. But I have to move past the idea of others. It's what they've been saying to me. It's nothing but a time consumer. I don't think they really mean any sort of true harm. They're just preventing me from seeing the greatest truth in life, and that is we can't do anything to each other anymore. I'm thinking maybe always take a break and take that sip of water. I heard things like overly hydrating. Sounds like another murdered threat to me. There's so many of those. I had to keep my ears open. I had to not keep my ears open. Closing my ears now. But as I continue to think about what it's been, replaying all that I've heard. Like yesterday, I was actually thinking how many of these words that I've been using are actually improper words and improper use of the words in the English language. And then, like I started to say, yesterday I thought none of them are. It's just who I've been hearing them and sharing them with conversually. They're using misusably our words, not me. I've been alone for 35 years, and there's more than just me and them that have been on the planet. So I stopped worrying about it once I told myself there's no way in heck that a few people have taken the world's progress and altered it or changed it in the beginning and have led me astray or misled me this entire time for the past 23 years, if not my entire life, for 35 years thus far. I just told myself yesterday there's no way that I'm speaking some sort of improper English. But as they're mischievous like no other, that thought I allowed to creep in my mind just to clarify it to myself, just to make it clear that that's them and this is me believing them. To the point where I have to test it, I have to ask myself and then clarify, no, that just simply cannot be. Because I'm here in a hotel room now because of it, and they are no longer in my life. I think it's that simple. They spoke their last words to me. At least so I go collect my belongings, whatever I have there. Like I earned high school diploma, pictures and all of that, credentials and all of that stuff. Be nice to show my building family, my kids, my wife. And we all get to move on. It's just separately. I'm fine. I'm gonna continue to be fine. No problems as I was. Is it? I wonder if I'm just like letting out all those crackling, you know, air in my body, just farting it out. Is that what the anus is for? You hear that popping and stuff. You need to let that gas out. I hope so. So in this experiment, whatever you want to call it, you will become super paranoid. I use examples like Bruce Lee. And I always wonder, what was he going through towards the end? As they say, what was he thinking? I saw a documentary of his wife speaking about how he was really, they said, behaving strangely before he got like a headache. And he was working out every single day for, I think they said, just a few months, every single day, pushing it to the limits. I think that was it. He was already famous at the highest level of fame for an Asian person in life, was most known. So you'd have to imagine paranoia was what made him, not want to be around, maybe, to walk away from it all, I think. And from what he experienced by himself, by pushing his already masterful ways to the next level, he probably decided, hey, the self is most important. I think I'm gonna fucking get out of here after this last one. It was just like, I'm out of here. That's it. But this does unlock part of the mind that says, maybe I should think a little more. Because you're given from other people their absolute attention. And as they don't know how to stop themselves, you're forced to think, what's wrong with all of us? Why are you so preventive? Why are you so focused on someone else? Person, go check your bank account. Go home. So, psychosis, the thought processor, an idea, it shouldn't stop other people. No one should be concerned about what I'm doing. They need to be concerned about themselves. Because I understand, if you do something amazing in life and it draws a lot of attention, prepare to think that you're crazy, just a little bit. Although perfect words that are making sense, argue your defense that just shut up. That's funny, like my parts be like black power and fucking white power. And then the person next to me, when I'm out, they're like, we can't let Rico have too much white power. What the fuck? That shit cracks me up. I think they can't let me get rich. We can't let Rico have too much white power. I think they mean we will not let Rico get rich. We can't. Who's this we? Who you had on the night of? We answering and we get this over with quicker than. Where the heck was you at on the night of? Was you there? Who else there? Who Hmm. I'm black, but I'm not super ethnic and urban. Never will I ever disrespect any of my supposed relatives. I mean, I've lost my mind a little bit being away from them for over 20 years now. And the beginning there was a bit of me just kind of alone. This is why I say without hesitation, were they really my family? Was I just a gift to the earth? You know, quote unquote, not making myself sound too special, but from God or whoever put me here in life, just because someone asked for someone. I'm not trying to make myself sound special. I'm just saying I am alone. Uh, I'm not afraid. I'm not scared. I'm not sad about it. It's just it is what I have to think about daily, and I've been like this for over 30, almost 36 years now. 35 years old, and I had to realize once I sobered up, where the fuck is all of mine? So it is what it is. I'm intelligent enough to at least recognize that I am alone on earth by comparison to whatever else is surrounding me. So, like I said, I'm not afraid, I'm not scared, I'm not sad. It's just I'm intelligent enough to have to be able to recognize one's own reality. And that's what it is. And of course, I can't forget about God. So let me take all of that shit. Gotta stuff it back down. Throat. Or I get in trouble. Pretty good day though. Said that the last time I did this was just one other time I think, unless I lost count at the park. The last time I did this, tomorrow's gonna be super dope. The benefits of this workout today are so noticeable by the next day that I fucking absolutely love myself. There's a few videos where I'm in the garage of the ex family, I suppose. I don't know any other nice way to say it. Where I was just looking real dope and nice, down to my ankles, and even my feet. I think I took my shoes off, like I'm fucking looking nice out here. And it was because of an effort like today. Only it wasn't 7 laps. It was probably me doing 5 consistently for a bunch of days. Or 7 forwards and backs. I'm talking a lot. I do apologize. But I'm feeling really good and really proud of myself. I have hope. I'm hopeful. Don't let people say what you can only do. Go out there and keep doing what you've been doing and ignore them. Why is it that everyone else deserves a really good life, but I don't? Does anybody care to explain that to me? Or can you simply not? Can you not? Or can you? Why don't I deserve a really dope life? But everyone else has it, has that dope life. Why has Rico been told that he can't? And I always go to something that I think needs to be considered a fact of all of this in me. And that is what we have between our legs as part of our anatomy. That I am built as man, 2 testicles present and 1 penis phalloid. And I think the facts of me makes those who are not at least like me, makes me their enemy, whether I've chosen to be or could ever even acknowledge to be or not. I think the facts of their vaginas, which is what they must have, in comparison to how I'm built and structured, makes them hate me and appoint me their enemy. It just has to be as obvious as something that's inobvious. What's between our legs in this modern time? And then on top of that, they knew how I was built, and they chose to not share how they were built to me. What that's done for me is made me sad and understand that there's no point in us continuing because you fucked up your own head so much that there's no way that you're gonna come out of that and want to give me a hug still. So I'm moving on with my life because I have to, because your lies to yourself have damaged you to the point where you don't even recognize your younger brother or your kid. The most wonderful thing about that in this is present is God Almighty, who's allowed you to evolve as that self you've chosen, where your lies to me and yourself have made you stronger, meaning I don't have anything to worry about in the case that you will not topple over from the you that you become. You're going to be strong enough to survive for as long as any one of us can, because your lies have made you stronger. So it's very rewarding and reassuring that we can all just move on without even a care or a worry for the other person, because we're all going to be just fine. We're all going to be great. And I'm excited about that. And selfish. I accept. Why is it so dirty? Cement push-ups. You ain't never done those cement push-ups? You jump? Yeah, get out there and go and do it. So today I've done a lot of talking, but I hope it's getting received well, not received. And I appreciate my lifting up today. I don't don't feel any need to ever go back and watch any of these videos. I don't think that's necessary. The mission or the goal was to do something that sounded impossible, which is get up and lift weights for 365 days in a row. Thinking about the legs. 12 years of high school says that shit should be easy. I mean, 12 years of life says that shit should be easy. You know? I'm not trying to call anybody lazy. I'm just calling you guys psychologically unidentified. You're not me, so therefore that's a good enough reason to not be you or to do anything. And just to remain lazy and blame me or anybody else because you don't want to do anything. And it's seeming like that is the reason why, you guys are trying to harm people, such as myself. You're trying to hurt someone else because you're too lazy to apply some effort. You'd rather just try to come up and hit me in the back of the head. And I guess I'm saying that's how the murderer is made. They decide that they don't want to fucking work, and they'd rather just go and blame somebody else until nobody wants to listen to them. So they go and try to hurt that person because nobody would agree with them. That person's not doing anything. It's you. And they're just like, no, it's not. This whole time, I thought this freaking window was open. But it has like 2, 3, or 4 freaking windows right there. Sheesh. Actually should open that because I've been farting in here like crazy. I can't smell it because this mask is too good. They want the guy to be in trouble for speaking as if this was the 40s or some shit. You know what I'm saying? They want me silenced for speaking about life. They're like hiring fucking, I think, people out there to try to. Holy shit. 22.5 pounds. I think these toenails can go a few more weeks, as far as I'm concerned. First they take LA Fitness from me, now they're trying to take my freedom. I don't care if everybody hates me, Phil. Get your ass out of here. Take that hate with you. Perhaps because everybody loves you. Because the underworlders speak our language backwards and all fucking over the place. And again, I'm gonna get down to 15 pounds and do the raises because like, it's just a smart idea. That way I don't have to struggle and annoy my back. I think they thought that I could be a slave in real life. Oh yeah, something's definitely coming of all of this idealism that wasn't thought up by me. I think the idiot of us decided to try to bring back slavery. I think, unbelievable as that sounds, I think that's what my life was, an idea. I really thought he won. That's what the guys are giggling about when I was doing 30 days in jail. Rico thought he won. Rico thought he won. What I think is happening with my leg, every little pop, I think it's adjusting back. So like I said, the body in its natural state is already presented as an appearance that that looks like itself and how it's supposed to look as the creator of life designed lives. You know, mine was wrinkled, and now it's starting to move from needing to stand like this when it was so damaged that it just needed to remember to try to remain upright. And now that it's whatever regenerated enough or repaired itself enough, it's asking to replace itself back to its natural stance. It's unwrinkling. So it took a lot to twist it to stand it upright, and now it's taken a lot to untwist it to stand it back normal. Oh, tail. I'm always trying to figure out what that's from, yo. My tail. Is that the Wizard of Oz? Or the Wiz? Oh, my tail. That shit sounds that shit sounds awesome. It seems going like this locks in those rear delts. So if you do a partial rear delt fly with the dumbbells, and then you start the 90-degree angle rear delt press. So that's where you find the rear delt flex in the fly, and then you do some presses there. It's all games. do I have to? I don't have to do anything. No, I do not. Why do you think that I would have to? I guess I've been too afraid to really step with this foot. I said it takes a lot to regain confidence in it and to regain it back. Actually, but I don't think it is. I think it's a mental hangup that I told myself to be aware of potentially stepping on it sideways and losing the entire leg. It's down to the bottom of it. It does not feel like the same. And I guess this is now the nowadays that my limb is saying, fuck what you were thinking. You gotta put it all on there and win me back. Otherwise, I'll put this right up our asshole. I feel like the guy got me like a bite to eat. You know what I said? You know what I said? You know the fuck I mean? Say, 35. I still got plenty of life to live. And this experience is going to be something to always remember. They all walked away with it. So stay tuned for my movie Black. It'll be about an angel sent to Earth to substrain the Big Five. A bunch of angels that would just gallivant and do whatever they fucking wanted to do in all of God's creation. God sends an angel Black down and be like, hey, guess what, guys? You're going back to heaven whether you want to or not. It will be called Black. Because he will be an obvious Black human being actor with just so much poise and beauty to his face that, you know, and what he wears, if he suits and stuff. Standard television, major television, believable angel beings, you know, captivating and capture your attention for the duration of the watchable. Alrighty. And you can say I'm trying to look Asian, but like I said, I have a damaged leg. I'm trying to look smart. And that has nothing to do with Asians and them being one of the most intelligent races, RACES races on the planet and in life. It's just the facts that my leg is asking me to do all of this stuff. And why do we have to pick any one particular race to save ourselves in any moment? I'm not trying to be like anybody. My leg is tingling something crazy, and I'm going with the flow. I promise you that. It was alone. Been alone for 35 years. I have to pay for all my stuff with currency. be hearing from everyone tonight for sure. Because you guys fucking threw in the towel something. Get that shit out of here. Let me hear something about hands instead of mouth. You lost to yourselves today, people. Get your asses up tomorrow and do better. Maybe go, I don't know, find somebody else to pick on. The person in the mirror is always waiting for you. You like that? Oh, shit. Who the heck is you? He was on the phone for section. Give me the get in trouble for that one line because that shit was so funny. Yeah, you can't fucking ignore that, but that shit is you can't. Oh snap! I love it. That's funny as can be. Alrighty. Okay. Like I said, over at the park, check my other videos on Instagram. Relax. I just spoke about it earlier. Said it earlier in this video actually. That relaxed state, that is the natural state of any of us existing, just standing in one stance, unengaging it effortlessly. Naturally, we're just standing there while I do this. No matter what's yanking on my brain or limbs, ignore that. Focus on whatever is happening in my toe here that's asking me to fuck with it like this. Friction and nerve asking to get there. Whatever it takes. Who thinks you? Sit up there and try to act like you ain't done it. Everybody know you came in here with $5,000 socks on with $5,000 and a dollar sign written on it, talking about it with you sink in here with your socks on. It cost you $5,000 to set it right on the side as well. And you reach down to take one out and then you let out that fork, you got the heck out of the room. So don't try to sit here and act like you ain't done it. We all seen you walking pretty much in the nude. Besides the $5,000 nice socks, gosh darn manimal. And that was just the other night. So welcome back, you asshole. Welcome back, you asshole. Welcome back, you asshole. Take a seat. We can begin this poker match. And I know everybody's wondering, how could anybody ever love me? I don't think that they. Oh, snap. Shut up, self. Who the heck is you? Sit up there and act like. Trying to find this right. Trying to find the right freaking arm angle for the front raise, shoulder raise, front shoulder raise. I can't find it. My arm is like jacked up from. So this had to be the side, the collarbone that I damaged in you, because it's asking me to try to find something that I can't feel. I just know it's a little bit loose up there. Maybe not bring it all the way up. It just did something nasty. Stretched. Now let's bring it back to normal. I think that was it. I think that was it. Oh, slippers on. I got a pair of slippers in forever. Get them drinks out. Yeah. So, keep doing good work. I mean, I'm hardly bothered by not eating that much today. I did have a very good strawberry Pop Tart that was super good. Pop Tarts are fucking so yummy. Like you don't really respect it until you got nothing else to eat. It was nice and chewy and strawberry. I fucked it up. Had a bunch of Skittles. So yeah, I think I even had some Airheads. Was that yesterday? Yeah, that was one yesterday. The Skittles I had today. I'm thinking that there's got to be somebody who loves me because otherwise, yeah. What a day of a workout day. Holy shit. Alrighty. This is really like a workout also in the leg muscles building while I do this. Buttermilk, 2%, reduced fat. Accidentally got the wrong milk. I got it because it was $2.77. Trying to fucking be smart while shopping in there. I opened it up. I think took a smell and then a sip or drink, and it was not milk at all. Gosh, but only the shock got me. The aftertaste was pretty good after choosing to force it down. I just was wondering if it was actually milk. Or was it just butter? All butter, like, you know? I mean, it's all from milk, from the dairy, from the cow. But some you turn into butter, and then I guess you turn it some more into to a cream or back to a milk. So it had added vitamin A and D. I mean, I don't know how good for me it was. Alrighty. Oh, let me get those other push-ups done. And then shower and eat. Alrighty. And that will do an hour and 40 minutes. So longer than that. All right. See you tomorrow.